first installment of Bullsitting on TSWS Gaming. This week we have Xbox whining about the CMA seemingly siding with Sony, Sony making demands of Microsoft, should the Activision Blizzard deal get through, Facebook, I refuse to call them Meta, acquiring various VR developers, and Scorn launching day one on Xbox. Would you look at that? Xbox has some games. I'm your host, Loke7, and joining me today is the lovely Cozy Beluga. Cozy.
Hi! Hi!
The incomparable Ham Solo.
Oh, fuck off.
That's 2 weeks now. And our special guest, the biggest liker of games. Ladies and
The biggest
gentlemen,
licker.
welcome, liker. Cozy, it wasn't a typo. Matt likes games. Welcome.
Thank you for having me on. I've been excited to get on here, and finally it's happening. So I'm hyped.
Welcome. Before we partake in this week's session of digital savagery, Cozy, are you feeling rousy? What you been
Not
playing?
really! But I'm
What's going
alive!
on? What's going on?
This is an off-camera sort of what's going on. But, for reasons. But, yeah. Okay, though. I had to cancel my Bayonetta pre-order. But I'm
Why?
okay. Huh?
Why? What happened?
It's an off-camera conversation. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Okay. What have you been playing this past week?
So I've actually been dabbling again in Bleeding Edge because I was like, I need some nice music in my life because I uninstalled
Bleeding
Overwatch.
Edge.
Yeah.
Can you still find matches on that thing?
Yes.
I couldn't.
Player base is huge.
I sat in there for 10 minutes and didn't find a match.
I mean, you have to play. Don't play it like during the day. You can find matches, and like usually the matches slow down around like 8 p.m. But during the day you can. And if you're in the group, you can find people that are like, oh yeah, I'm on, and they'll hop on.
So what you're saying is you're playing a bunch of little kids that had to go to bed.
No, they're mostly like, I guess, people like just in pockets of places around the world. And in addition to that, I've been playing Mass Effect multiplayer a lot.
Mass Effect, yes. Bleeding Edge, wow, just wow. I thought
Two goated games.
Right, sure. Bleeding Edge and Microsoft and Mass Effect are in the same group.
It's the exact same group. In fact, Bleeding Edge is a little bit better, honestly.
Oh no!
It requires
Solo.
teamwork, more teamwork and
Oh
strategy.
my God. Matt is clearly asking for the smoke today.
We'll get to you, Matt. Ham Solo, are you ready to put on a show?
I'm here.
What you been up to this past week?
So I've been playing this game that's better than Mass Effect and Bleeding Edge combined, and that's Gears Judgment. See, I love how Matt was shaking his head like, yeah. And then he heard Gears Judgment and got disappointed.
It was terrible.
There's people that come here for our very balanced takes, and this just chases everyone away. Matt likes games.
No, time out. I'm not done yet, sir. I'm not done yet. You can't just skip me quite yet.
Gears Judgment.
Let him finish.
So if you haven't played Gears Judgment, good. I'm gonna go ahead and say it good. Because it's
Gears of War 5 better.
Gears
not
5
true.
Is so much better.
Yeah,
so much better.
Have you played Judgment?
No.
Look?
Yes.
Have you played and beat it?
Before Gears 5 came out, Judgment was the weakest installment in my opinion.
Oh my God! You think Judgment's better?
I'd rather play Judgment 10 times than play Gears of War 5 once.
That's insane.
I can't even say the things I'd rather do than play Gears of War Judgment. I can't even say them.
That's insane to me, Loke. Like even if you don't like the story, in Gears 5, I say hands down the gameplay, just really everything about it is better than Judgment in my opinion. Just because Judgment Judgment, there's a score system in it at the end of every level, and it just slows down your gameplay. Each level, it feels like, is like 4 minutes.
Mhm.
And it's just like you go and then it stops you, shows you this meaningless score, and then you go on to the next thing. And every single level almost feels like a horde mode. So it's just like, is this really a story, or is this just like horde mode with a few cutscenes?
And the levels are so poorly designed, so viciously, terribly designed. Like it's just a dumb amount of enemies in front of you, a dumb amount of enemies behind you, spawning out of places that don't even make sense, a dumb amount of enemies above you, beside you. It doesn't matter. It's just a stupid amount of enemies with like no real like places on the level to take cover outside of in the middle of the level, and you're surrounded on all sides.
Okay, look, I want to know. I want to know your complaint with Gears 5 other than the story.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, we've already sidetracked enough. We don't have the time.
Because he has
Okay.
none. He has none. He has none.
Exactly.
It's code for he has none.
He has zero.
Yep.
Fine. Matt likes games. What have you been playing this past week?
I mean, thankfully we finished Judgment. I mean, I started playing. God, dude, I'm playing so much stuff. I beat Deathloop. Fantastic game. Story was a lot more interesting than I thought it would be, which I mean is a plus. But yeah, Deathloop was fantastic. We're playing Gears 4 now, and then after that it's on to 5, and then we're done with the series. God, what else? NBA every night. That's about it, honestly. I need to play Scorn. I guess I need to do that for my channel, but other than that, that's really it. There's a lot of Gears.
What's the plug for your channel?
Oh, okay. So Matt Likes Games on YouTube. You can check that out. It's videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with shorts every day that I'm not posting a full-length video. So every day there's something on there. But yeah, check that out. And then my Twitter, because that's all screwed up right now, is now Matt Likes Games. Likes is spelled with a 3 instead of an A, and so is games. So
No.
I had to make that change. I don't know what's going on with my other Twitter account, but we'll see.
All right. Let's go to the chat for a bit. Stankmo says, "What up?"
Woohoo!
Okay, go my
Stankmo.
man Matt likes mid. Yes. The
I
man
love it.
just called Deathloop a great game.
Deathloop
With a
is a
straight
great.
face.
It's factually
With
a
a
great
straight
game with
face,
fantastic level
Matt
design.
likes mid. I love it.
Factually a great
Stankmo
game with
also said
fantastic level design.
He also said Xbot galore today. Yes, we have an infestation today.
Yeah, and you should.
Central, what's up? He's laughing at Ham Solo. Stankmore is staring at you because you're saying you're playing NBA every day. I don't know what that's about. I don't know if he wants to play you or if he thinks it's super mid. I don't know.
Hey,
All right,
NBA is
let's
fun.
It's fun, but some of it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Oh yeah.
specifically what
Especially on-
besides the VC.
Oh well, that's just dumb.
The
Higher
shot meter.
difficulties.
The shot meter, it sucks. It's so inconsistent, and like it feels like
Yeah.
you cannot get a good read on it after a while unless you like use the same player all the time. If you use the same player all the time, you'll probably figure it out. But if you like to jump around from team to team to team and play all these different players, it's just like, man, like it just feels super
Can't believe-
inconsistent.
Ham, I can't believe you have me out here defending 2K. I think that is
No,
actually
I'm
a
not
good
surprised.
thing. I think that's a good thing because every shooter has his own rhythm. Can you imagine Sean Marion and Steph Curry having the same point of release and the same speed as of release as well on the shot? It's ridiculous.
Sure.
It's
But
not
it's
an
also-
arcade game.
It's also the way this shot meter is implemented. I feel like it's just honestly for me, I turned it off. I feel like the game is better with it off. I can read the animation better than I can read that shot meter.
Oh,
Yeah, 100%. 100%
do
with
the
him
same
on
thing,
that
Ham?
one. Yeah, I don't have the shot meter on for anything but free throws,
and it works better.
Yeah.
and it works way
100%.
better.
100%.
It does, because the shot meter, what it'll do sometimes is it will tell you that you hit excellent, but it will still miss the shot. And it's just like
Yep.
that happens so often that it makes you just not believe in the shot meter at all and just shut it
It
off.
should be VR.
That would be fire. Of course, Cozy with the
Yeah.
random thought.
It's a decent
Basketball
one.
in VR. Yeah, okay. I'm
That
down.
would be interesting.
Dude, I'd be running through the crowd. I'd be the next Artest.
And just be killing people in the
Palace
crowd.
in the palace? You talking about Palace in the palace?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Bro. Just
I was
play
like, is there a
Tekken,
way
alright?
for me to lay on this table? Because I want to lay on this table. And then
Bring in
have a
some
drink
world
get
peace.
thrown on me.
Oh man. And then lose your shit and jump all the way in there. Oh man. All right, let's go to the chat for a bit. Sentinel is having a little fun at my expense. He says he knows I'm playing Gears 5 on a second account, so I don't get found out. Haha, very funny. Stankmore says been looking to buy 2K but don't know. It'll be on Game Pass in like 3 months.
It will. It will be on Game Pass once the playoffs start. Also, it'll go on sale. If you're not sure, just wait for a sale or wait for Game Pass or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And also when it's on Game Pass, you can get it on discount. So
Mhm.
you win twice.
Chill.
Let's get to it. Microsoft unhappy with regulator comments on Activision Blizzard deal. This is from Game Rant. Comments made by a UK regulator come under fire from Microsoft as the gaming giant accuses it of adopting Sony's complaints over Activision deal. According to the CMA, Microsoft acquiring Activision Blizzard would not only lead to a substantial lessening of competition, but it could also lead to the withholding or degrading of Activision Blizzard content on non-Microsoft platforms. Okay, so before we move on to the next statement, Cozy, withholding or degrading of ActiBliz content on Microsoft platforms. In your opinion, does this correlate with reality?
No. All I would do is point to how things are going with Minecraft.
Yeah, but Minecraft doesn't have various releases. It's one game, an
Yeah.
ongoing game. Whereas Call of
It
Duty is
is.
every 12 months.
But they've already discussed they don't have plans to keep it every
Yeah.
12 months.
Corporations don't like
Oh,
Cozy.
that's true.
I mean, they could, but here's the thing. But there's this. The problem I have with the entire conversation is it's only about Call of Duty,
Yeah, it is.
and I have an entire so to say like, oh man, to make this. I mean, I get it. Call of Duty makes a lot of money, but the fact that this conversation is only about Call of Duty, is the problem that I have with the entire conversation.
Okay, so let me give you some context that I got from oh man, how can I say this? A source from the blue side.
Yeah.
I also asked him like, why focus on Call of Duty? And he pointed out something that's so obvious, but people keep ignoring. Call of Duty is annually number 1 or 2 PlayStation sold games.
Mm-hmm.
Like no jokes. There's no year they're number 3, 4, or 5. It's number 1 or number 2 in terms of sales on PlayStation.
Yep.
I'm not
this
denying
is-
any of that.
So this is why PlayStation in specific, all right, not Nintendo, not Steam, not anyone else. This is why PlayStation is specifically complaining about Call of Duty.
I get that.
So
I'm not denying any of that. I mean, my big thing is it's not number 1 everywhere, and it's not. And even though it's a massive giant, it's not guaranteed forever. That's something I think people don't think about. People who are looking at markets, they're looking at, oh, it's been this way, so it must always be this way.
Yeah.
Like, I bet if you ask someone like 20, 30 years ago, Sega would always be.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I
Cozy.
think,
Yeah.
That's a low blow.
I mean, no, when you look at the market, you can't just say, oh, this is how it is, so this is how it will be, and it's a guarantee. It's always going to be a guarantee.
Okay. Matt,
Yes, sir.
Is there any like tangible fact here in terms of withholding or degrading of the Call of
N-
Duty content if Microsoft acquires Activision?
Withholding content. I mean, they can have exclusive content. I don't see why not. But like in terms of like they said multiple times, like they can't guarantee, no company can guarantee we're going to give you this game in perpetuity until the end of time. That's just not a thing that can happen. So they'll say, okay, we'll give you 3 years. Once that 3 years is up, it's not like they're going to say, get screwed, get out of here. Like we don't care about you. They're going to make another deal, and they'll put it on PlayStation again, another 3 years, and another 3 years, and it'll just keep going. I would assume, I mean, granted, I'm not in that business, so I can't speak factually on this. I would assume, as someone on the outside, that that would be the same kind of thing they have for Minecraft, where it's like, okay, we'll give you a set amount of time for Minecraft, re-up, you get more time with Minecraft. It's that simple.
Service games.
Yeah. So it's like, it makes no sense. Like, unless Xbox gets so undeniably big where it's like leading above PlayStation, which I just don't see happening anytime soon. Like,
Uh-huh.
unless it gets that big, then it makes no sense for them to just lock Call of Duty to Xbox and PC. Like, it'll always be big on PC, but it makes no sense to lock it to Xbox for console. They want to bring it to Nintendo somehow. I don't know how, but they want to. So it's like I don't think that's the case.
All right. Welcome, Mr. Chivalry.
Oh,
Um,
Shiv, what's up?
Hey,
Mr. Sentinel here is just getting nasty in the comments. The CMA is bought and paid for by Sony, crooked as F. Come on,
Speak
G.
facts, brother.
No,
I think
no,
the problem is
Listen to him.
I agree, kind of like there's something up with that because you're not looking at some little poor company. You're looking at big companies that both like yes, Microsoft has more money than Sony, but Sony isn't some broke little bitch. No, Sony is not.
Damn, she's going for the
Not
juggler.
some little poverty,
Next to
impoverished
Microsoft.
company. It
Next to
doesn't.
Microsoft, they are.
No, they are not. That's a ridiculous concept. It's like after you have butts, if you have so much money, yes, you might not be able to throw it around as much as someone else with more money, but they have money to throw around to do things. The idea is, at that level, they should be able to do their own things to shake up the market. And they're
Yes.
not. They're riding things as they are. If you aren't willing, especially if you're that big, you should be willing to adapt. It shouldn't be about like, oh, well, this is how things are. This is how we should keep things.
Here. Let me
Yep.
put it like this for you, Loke.
Jump in.
Let me put it like this for you. Like in the terms of money, Microsoft's like LeBron James. Sony is like Kawhi Leonard.
Oh,
No, I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
They both have they both have plenty of opportunity to win championships and compete and do all this stuff. You don't see it just doesn't make any sense to me, like as to why they feel the need to give Xbox demands on what they need to do with their money and how they use it and
We'll
whatnot.
get there. Ham,
Go ahead.
Ham.
All right.
Keep it together, bruh. We gonna get there. Hold on. Let me read the rest of it. So Microsoft representatives stated that the CMA, and I'm quoting here, the CMA adopts Sony's complaints without the appropriate level of critical review. So this essentially accuses the CMA of following the critiques Sony holds for the Activision Blizzard deal. Microsoft backs up its claims by providing arguments of how it isn't currently the market leader in gaming and that Sony can adapt to increased competition. So the accusation here is that Sony took their hands, right, shoved it up the CMA's ass like a puppet, and then like just okay. So Matt, do you think the CMA is speaking not from their own point of view, but from Sony's point of view?
It seems like they are speaking from Sony's point of view. I mean, when was it? August they came out with that statement, or that statement
Yeah.
was leaked, where it was like that read like Jim Ryan wrote that. That's what it read like. I'm not saying he did, but that's what it definitely read like. And
Sounded
it's
like
like they want to protect competition. Is their whole thing? That's the whole point of that thing. Is this the CMA is to protect competition. This is the kind of thing. These are the kind of things that need to happen to get better competition. Protecting Sony is not protecting competition. That's lessening competition because Sony then doesn't have to do anything out of their way to get better. They just keep the standard status quo and nobody can mess with it because they're not allowed to, because the CMA will step in and say, nope, can't do that. So it's like, these are the kind of moves that need to happen to make Sony, like, let's say Call of Duty did go exclusive. Sony is capable of making a first person shooter that can rival it. It will take time. It will certainly take time, but they are capable of it, and they already have the blueprint with Destiny. This whole thing that they can't compete is like, yeah, I don't know. I feel like they just stuck up for Sony, is what it seemed like, and it was weird. It was weird.
Okay, before we go to Cozy, Sentinel here, man, when Sentinel starts typing, bro, jeez, PS
I love
PS
it.
doesn't want to invest in bringing back their big franchises like SOCOM, Killzone, Resistance, MotorStorm, Infamous, Sly Cooper, Drive Club, Twisted. Wow, that's a lot of games.
It is.
If PS really put all their weight behind SOCOM with a tremendously talented studio, they could cut into the lead. By lead, I mean Call of Duty ahead of any other FPS. True. Think about how Modern Warfare 2 is now allowing third person. SOCOM is known for that back in the day and would be amazing team-based FPS.
100%.
Cozy.
Yes.
Everybody's asked for
Did Sony...
SOCOM.
Oh, okay. So before we go to Cozy, between you guys, which one are we picking? If Sony has to pick one of the two, SOCOM, Killzone, Resistance, which one of the three?
Ooh.
Matt, which one are you picking?
I'm biased towards Resistance just because Insomniac's incredible. But realistically, if you want to compete with SOCOM, probably SOCOM. I mean, not Call of Duty's probably SOCOM.
Ham.
Oh, I'd probably say SOCOM, just because.
Wow.
I mean, this isn't even really for me though, because like SOCOM, I didn't really care much about it, but everyone that I talk to loves that game, and they have history with that. And it seems like every time I have a podcast with somebody that's, big into shooting games and they have a history with the PlayStation, they always bring that game up. That game and Metal Gear are like the two games that I hear all the time on.
Metal Gear is an experience.
All right, quit. I mean, it sounds like you need to change your pants. You need to relax. But anyways, yeah. So I mean, that game is really sought after, and people are like wondering why isn't that game coming back? Why isn't it being worked on and stuff like that? So I think they're literally just sitting on a gold mine.
They are.
SOCOM for Ham and for Matt. Cozy.
Yes.
Between SOCOM, Killzone, and Resistance, if you could greenlight one of those for Sony to make, which one would it be?
As much as I want to say, there's two different answers, because there's the one like I would like Resistance the most. I think SOCOM would be the best. Killzone isn't even in the running. They had a mediocre.
Damn, I'm the only one that likes Killzone here.
I love Killzone 1, 2, and 3.
And no, I was gonna say they had a I thought 2 and 3 were mediocre. They weren't like awful games. By mediocre, I mean they were just like solid games, nothing special. But yeah, SOCOM I think would be the best bet.
Okay, SOCOM wins. Going back to the article, Cozy, do you agree with this assessment by Microsoft, where they essentially accuse the CMA of dropping their pants and letting Sony use them as a puppet.
Yes.
Oh,
Because especially after I don't know. Once upon a time, I mean, so I think the thing is when they look at competition, you're like looking at competition in the same field. And people keep saying like Nintendo doesn't appeal to the same demographic. Have you seen their demographic release? They appeal to the exact same demographic.
fact.
So it's a lie to say that they don't appeal. Like it's the same set of gamers, the same, and they're all competing for our time at the end of the day. And I think that is the big thing to look at. They're all competing for our time. They're all competing for our dollar. And a dollar towards one is one less dollar toward whichever one. And, you know, a lot of people have like one or the other. And to say like, oh, well, you know, they compete against the exact same audience. I mean, it's all an audience. And the idea is to get, you know, find ways to get that audience drawn toward you. And I think looking at it as like, oh, this specific game is needed for competition is the wrong way to look at it.
All right. Ham Solo, you are the most level-headed one here. I'm
What?
hoping you're the most level-headed one. So please tell me you don't believe in this conspiracy theory that Sony went and had a backdoor meeting with the CMA to come to so they could come with this to come to this conclusion.
So, from what I hear, obviously Sony is like their main kind of like Sony is like the market over there. I mean, that's like the main.
UK, yes, Sony is 80% of the market.
Exactly. So,
It's
what are they gonna?
why a lot of PlayStation fanatics insist on treating UK numbers as if they represent the whole world.
I don't like that. I mean, but
It happens. It happens a lot.
but it kind of is what it is, and I mean, the best Microsoft can do is just provide, you know, the fact of what they're doing is just fine and whatnot. I think Sony just really needs to get off of their ass and do something other than complain.
Yeah.
You said a lot of things there. You still haven't answered the question. Like, do you think it's real? This conspiracy theory, this accusation that Microsoft's making. that
when
the
it
CMA
when it comes to like governing bodies, I think anybody's paid off in a way.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
trust anything that's run by a governing body. I mean, even looking
I'm
at
a
the
libertarian here.
like timeout, even looking at what Brazil said for Xbox and whatnot. Brazil is very into Xbox. I mean
These are
that.
two bodies we're talking about.
Yes, it is, and I
CMA
and I
CMA is
100%
about
think
competition.
I 100% think that they, you know, they got friends in there, and they are doing whatever they got to do to push the needle into their favor. And if they can get away with something in the background, they will. They will.
Yeah.
It's just politics, man. Like it or not, it's just the reality of it.
All right, you heard it first from the panel, ladies and gents. CMA is corrupt. Sentinel says
No,
he's
it's not the
gamer.
CMA is corrupt. It's just governing.
The institution.
Yeah, the institution itself is corrupt, and they say they care about the people, but I feel like that's always just a tool and not the truth.
100%.
All right, let's not get too political here. Next thing we're talking about Brutus and Caesar. Sentinel is still going off in the chat. He's ripping Jim Ryan. Says he's not a gamer. He doesn't respect gamers at all. That's why he didn't understand who would want to play PS1 games. Jim Ryan will push the
That's
PS
a fact.
gamers as far as he can, and once they fight back, he'll step into a different role, but get to keep his paycheck, and they'll put a gamer in his place. Right. And everyone
hope
else
so.
is just agreeing with Cozy on her assertion on the accusation. Mr. Chivalry brings up a very good point. Everyone has an agenda, correct? Everyone has an agenda except for Lok 7. Going
Bullshit.
back to the article, Microsoft referenced Sony's leading position in the gaming market something that it also showcased in a recently created website defending the Activision Blizzard deal. There's also a note to Sony's acquisition of Bungie, which also attempts to prove that Sony can adapt to an increased challenge in market dominance, according to Microsoft. Cozy, is this a fair equivalence that Microsoft is making the purchase of Bungie versus the purchase of Activision Blizzard?
Yes.
It's
I
a
think
fair comparison.
Thank
I
you.
think the other thing is like the people say it's
Y'all
a
are
fair.
crazy.
No. I think your problem is looking at fair and equivalent as the exact same thing. Um
All right.
so I kind of look at it as it's fair. All is fair in business. Unless you're like, this is business. And what I keep saying is today's market is not tomorrow's market. You can't guarantee what the next 10 years from now is going to look like market-wise. You can't. All of these things can be gone. The market could completely crash by then.
You know
So
what? I can guarantee you one thing. In
What?
10 years, Pokemon, Mario, the mainline games will sell 30 million units plus in the first year. I can guarantee you that.
you cannot.
Well, bets on. I'll see you in 2032.
The Switch is no, you can't. Like the Switch is doing great, but think about what happened with the Wii U. If anyone would have predicted exactly what happened with the Wii U after, they came off the Wii, no one could have seen that.
True.
Okay, that's a fair point. Still Mario. I'm sure if we check the numbers for Mario and Pokemon, even on the Wii U, I'm sure they were very good.
They were good for the numbers for what was on the Wii, for how many people on the Wii U. They didn't actually have they had Pokemon tournament, but they didn't really have a Pokemon game. But for the numbers for what the platform, yes, they were good, but they weren't huge because no one bought it.
I'll check up on that, and then next week we'll have a chat.
They had like 14 million sales total. You can't say that they didn't. No one bought it. No one bought the Wii U. Huh?
People, 14 million is not bad.
Coming off the Wii, 14 million sales for a console? That's terrible. That was objectively terrible.
All right, fine. Matt, is this equivalence fair? Activision Blizzard versus Bungie.
I say it's fair in that Activision really, at this point of whatever's going on at that business, Activision really is only Call of Duty.
Yep.
Right now. So, I mean, maybe once this deal goes through, we can get back to making some different games, but right now it's only Call of Duty. So it's really Call of Duty versus Destiny. Destiny's not on the level of Call of Duty, but it's the closest thing. It really is the closest thing. So it's like, I say it's fair in that regard. Competing like Call of Duty versus Destiny. It is fair in that regard. And that's about it. But like if Activision was making all the games they typically do make for like before Call of Duty, then this would be a ridiculous comparison. But I mean, the way it is now, I feel like it's fair, right?
All right, Ham, do you think this comparison is fair?
It can be, yeah. I'm gonna go on ahead and just flat out say, yeah, it is. I feel like if Bungie came out with a style similar and a reoccurring in a reoccurring game that comes out every year or two, they would definitely compete versus something like a Call of Duty, because I feel like with what they do right now, it kind of pushes people away a little bit. So like Destiny comes out with content, but they've also been known to take content away.
Yeah.
And that's not exactly good for somebody that's like coming in late to the game. When you hear, oh, you missed out on that and you just can't play it, it's kind of a turn off. And then at the same time, it's just the same game, just with DLC, compared to what Call of Duty does is they give you a fresh new game each year or two now. So that, like, as soon as people start talking about, you know, and it happens every single time. Oh man, this Call of Duty right here is gonna be dope. There's a brand new one coming out. And then people are like, oh man, the last one sucked. And it happens each fucking time that it goes down. And then like a playtest comes out and they're like, oh man, this Call of Duty wasn't as good, but the hype's already way up. It's too late because they announced a brand new one. So I think if Bungie can get into a cycle where they come out with something similar but fresh that isn't just DLC, which like they just come out with standalones every couple of years, they could easily compete with a Call of Duty because people are going to be looking at that like, man, they got fresh shit all the time.
Wait. To simplify it, are you saying, Ham, that if we have Destiny 3 next year, Destiny 4 the year after, Destiny 5, etc., Destiny could compete with Call of Duty?
Absolutely.
Well, that's what we
Damn.
would have gotten if they stayed with Activision. That's exactly what would have happened.
Absolutely.
I feel like
because people are going to spend that money to continue on that specific game.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're going to get people instead of these $25, $35, $40 DLCs that people are eating up. You give somebody the opportunity to jump in fresh each time, each year, and have the same, you know, level. Like you're starting out at 0, just like the next person is each year or year and a half or 2 years or whatnot. I feel like that's going to make people be like, you know what? I didn't get into Destiny last year, but I'm getting into it this year. It's exactly what happens to me on Call of Duty. Oh, I didn't really think the last one was good, but oh man, this next one coming out looks fire. And it just kind of gets you into that swing of continuing to buy something instead of the feeling that I got with Destiny as of right now, where it feels like it's too late for me to kind of get in.
Cozy, would
Fair
you
point.
buy a Destiny every single year?
I've never bought Destiny.
Oh, okay. Never mind
Never
that.
played Destiny. I'm the wrong person.
I
to
always think
ask.
it's funny when you ask her about shooters that's not Mass Effect.
I mean, the thing about Destiny is
Mass Effect
the thing
shooter.
about it is I am not one of those people that falls into continually buying things from a games as service. I'm not that kind of person. So like if I have to continue like, you know, buying things to keep up with the game, I'm not going to play it.
Fair enough. Mr. Chivalry says people complain about games every year,
What up, Dre?
and they're right. But also the games have a lot of time to improve between titles. Okay. That was fun. So now we're getting into Ham Solo's side of the question. Sony lists of demands for Microsoft owning Call of Duty is ridiculous. This comes from Forbes.
Ooh.
Clearly, they support Xbox in this situation. While both Microsoft and Sony have said some very disingenuous, hypocritical things during this whole process, Sony keeps topping themselves, and even many avid PlayStation fans aren't really able to support this one. Why? Because Sony is currently doing a ton of the stuff they're accusing Xbox of conspiring to do, and they're doing it with Call of Duty right now. Due to Sony's current deal with Activision, there are all kinds of special perks and promotions being offered exclusively to PlayStation players for Modern Warfare 2, as there have been in the past with other installments. Early beta access on PSN, an exclusive operator, weapon blueprints, an entire zombies mode in the Cold War. The point is that Sony is warning regulators that Microsoft could end up doing things that they are already doing with the exact series in question and have been doing for years. Woo! Matt,
Yes.
Is Paul Tassi going in too hard on Sony with this one?
No, he's not. Because again, like you said, they're doing the exact same thing. And the thing is, if this deal goes through, they'll continue to do it for another 2 years. That's the way until 2025. They'll continue to do it. So if this deal goes through, nothing really changes right off the bat. And also, not just Call of Duty. I mean, although that is a huge part of it, it's like you also hear stuff about God, what is it? There's like a Crash Team brawler or something. I don't know what it is, but like a rumored Crash game that would probably be PlayStation exclusive. That would probably come out after this deal goes through. So it's
Ooh.
like you're getting that. You're getting like stuff like when Destiny was with Activision, Destiny 1, Destiny 2, exclusive content. You're getting Callisto Protocol, exclusive content. Hogwarts Legacy, exclusive content. It's like you can't be upset at the idea of someone at some point in the future doing exclusive content when you're doing it all the time right now. You can't be
But let
upset
me
about
push
that.
back a bit on you.
Okay.
The exclusive content for PlayStation is exactly that, exclusive content. They're not going
Yes.
out and buying WB games.
Yes.
So are we not conflating like a little fire with like a blazing one?
I here's the thing. Whenever I hear that, like my whole thing with that is I'd rather like let's take Callisto Protocol for example. If Sony bought that studio and funded that game and said, screw Xbox, it's not going there, fine. Totally fine. I'm okay with that. But this idea, same with Hogwarts Legacy. I was kind of interested in Hogwarts Legacy and I want to play it on Xbox, but then they're like, here's exclusive content. And it's just another thing where I'm just like, I might get it. I might not. But it's like this whole idea, like Xbox or Microsoft buying exclusive content because they own the company. I'd rather that than them just money hatting stuff because they can. And that's what
Mm.
Sony is doing. They have those relationships because they built those relationships over years. I mean, Callisto Protocol is a new studio, but it's like they built those relationships over the years so they can get that exclusive content. They can do that. Microsoft isn't in the position to do that. So this is a process of doing that. They're saying instead of you getting exclusive content, we're just going to buy the company and then we'll get exclusive content. So I don't have a problem with that. I really don't.
Okay, so as far as you're concerned, Paul Tassi is right pointing this out.
Yeah, 100%. It's hypocritical, but then again, they're trying to get the deal blocked. They're doing what they're supposed to do, but it looks silly.
All right. Before we go to Ham, let's quickly go to Mr. Chivalry, who says content is content, whether it's a game or an add-on.
Mhm.
I think that one's for you, Matt. Sentinel says I don't mind them myself, but some people complain about the COD development tempo, saying it doesn't give people enough time in between. Okay, so this is for the previous point. Ham, do you think Paul Tassi is in the right here, pointing out Sony's supposed hypocrisy?
Absolutely. Absolutely. They've been keeping things off of Xbox for a very long time. So, what did Xbox do? Okay, you got all these workarounds, you know all these people, and I just can't seem to get to them before you. I'm just gonna go ahead and buy something because there's just it seems like you just have a shortcut every single time. I have to take this crazy long road to get to these people to figure this stuff out, but it seems like you have the inside information to figure this stuff out quickly. Screw it. I'm tired of, running to the store across town to get this thing. I'm just going to, put the storefront right here in our residence. Fuck it. And I mean,
Yeah.
that's I'm really
You
I really
reading
like
what
that
Paul
idea.
Tassi
And
is saying.
I really like that idea. And Sony's done similar things in the past. I mean, look how Sony was pretty much made up as a company. They bought studios to
Dude,
be able to compete.
you watch the documentary. It's exactly what you're saying. That's how they came out the gate. They came out the gate like killing everyone's exclusives. So
Yep.
yeah, Akozi,
Yep.
do you agree with Paul Tassie's assertion here?
Yes, in a way, but didn't. I mean, never mind. Yes, I mean it's like. So I was saying, well, didn't the 360 do the same thing? But then I
Yeah.
realized, that's like about your power of being in charge. You don't have to adapt. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to really fight. You just get sort of things easier. And that's like a while ago. So yeah, I agree.
All right, let's carry on in the article. One thing that caught my eye was Sony's cautionary tale about the dangers of Microsoft controlling code for consumers, which reads like a list of demands of things that Microsoft
I'm gonna stop you
shouldn't
right
be
there,
allowed-
Loke. I'm gonna stop you right there.
Wow.
I hate that they keep throwing out consumers as if they're protecting consumers. They're not
Yeah.
protecting consumers, they're protecting their
They
own
aren't.
pockets.
100%.
They see COD as, yo, there's a ton of microtransactions that we can take advantage of, and if Xbox makes these transactions more available on their console or platform or whatnot, that's gonna immediately dig into our pockets, and then we're forced to actually do something now, compared to just sitting back and doing nothing and reaping the benefit. They just and they keep saying these consumers, and that's where I go back to what Brazil said. We're not here to protect you. We're here to protect our consumers. So we'll just kind of let this thing. We'll sit back and watch and see. And that's what I feel like Sony should really actually do. Like, yo, bro, like if you notice something, then call it out. But to call it out from the jump, I think that's just I mean, obviously that's what you got to do in a business, and that's what the people like investors are looking for you to do. Protect that wallet, protect that wallet, protect that wallet. But at the same time, it's like, bro, they paid for that, or they're paying for that, and you didn't give a damn about Activision. You didn't care about them falling apart or looking terrible or having all these issues. And then on top of that, Activision came to them. They
First.
didn't run out. They didn't run out and say, yo, we're going to grab this right now. No, Activision was saying, hey, somebody please buy us. We're fucked up right now. And we clearly can't fix ourselves. Is somebody willing to help us out here? It'd be different if it'd be different if Activision was doing fantastic and they were just, they had a happy work environment, everything's all, sunshine and rainbows over there, but it wasn't. It was, the only thing that was really keeping them afloat is mobile and like Call of Duty. So like so when your internals falling apart and they're asking for help, and then someone's like, hey, I'll help you, and Sony's like, no, I don't want you to help them. That's not fair because we want to make as much money off of. That sounds selfish as fuck.
Yeah, they're ours to not help. That's what Sony's doing.
Wow.
It's
side note, I really enjoy when Ham is pressed about stuff. Damn, Ham is pressed about this one. Jesus.
Well, it's
All
just
right,
silly, man. Like if PlayStation turned around and bought like EA or something like that, would I feel some type of way about like Jedi Fall, like the new Jedi Fallen Order only being on PlayStation? Sure. Would I buy the new Jedi Fallen Order on PlayStation? Absolutely. Because I know that they're going to put in the work that needs to be done to make sure that comes out quality. It works the best on there. And I'm fine with that at the end of the day. I'm fine with that. Like, it is what it is. Now you got Madden. Cool. Let me see you do something new with that game. Let me see something fresh out of that game.
That would be
Please.
nice.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. So like, I'm very much with Matt on this. Like, dude, just like instead of money hat and stuff, can you just buy the shit? Can you just buy the shit and just
Please.
make it on your platform so it runs the best on there? You get the best content on there. You can trust that when you buy this game, it's gonna like slap on this console specifically, all things working. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm at, bro. Just please.
So here's the other side. Here's the other side about these acquisitions. The expenditure is not just on the purchase; it's on the maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not just buying Activision for 70 billion. You also now have to maintain the biggest publisher in terms of labor on the planet. So cost-wise, it would be like very prohibitive for Sony to try and get Activision.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah. So let's go to the actual demands by Sony. The first one is Microsoft would be able to give the Xbox version of Call of Duty extra content. Before I go to you guys, I just want to say I think that is fair. If you buy a publisher and then that publisher makes a game, but you make it multi-platform, you have the right, in my opinion, and it's ethical for you to say
Yeah.
that there's one or two extra things for this specific game that are exclusive to this console.
Yeah.
Matt likes games.
Yes, sir.
This specific point that Sony puts up, do you think it is unfair? It would be unfair if Xbox did this.
I think in a perfect world, yes, but also in a perfect world, I would be able to play God of War on Xbox. I'd be able to play Halo on PlayStation. But that's not the business. So it's not unfair. It's they're right. If they own Activision, they can do what they want with Activision. If that means they want to throw in extra content for multiplayer or another campaign level or something, a cutscene, I don't know, then that's totally their right. They're well within their right to do that. And it's weird because if Sony did have the money to buy Activision, it wouldn't be a question about exclusive content on Xbox. There'd be no content on Xbox.
Oh,
It wouldn't
you
be on
think
Xbox.
no. If there was a place to bet, everyone
Mhm.
would bet that Sony was going to make the whole thing exclusive, not just one or
Yep.
two things.
Yeah,
Ham,
100%.
would it be fair if Xbox were to put some extra content on their version of Call of Duty?
I mean, I think this is a silly question. I mean, to me, it's just like to me, it's just like outlandish or wild that you see a company saying, "Yo, we're gonna mediate with you and actually give you something, since we know we're taking something away from you." And that's what Xbox is doing. They're like, "Hey, we're taking Call of Duty away, and we understand that you guys have a big revenue stream behind that. But we're still going to keep it on your console and give you time to figure something out." How many companies do that? How many companies say, "Hey,
Doesn't happen.
we'll let you hold this for a little while longer, even though it's ours"?
Even though we just bought it, that doesn't happen.
Exactly. So now you think it's appropriate, like, bro, like I just gave you food, and now you're and knowing that you can't eat this food anymore. I just gave you this food, and now you're telling me that it don't taste good enough, but you hungry.
Oh,
Wait a
are
second.
You want
Sony's hungry?
dessert.
Are you serious right now? Oh no, we're
Hey.
captioning this one. Ham says Sony is hungry.
Oh, they're a little too hungry.
Damn. All right, Cozy. Would it be ethical for Xbox to put some extra content for Call of Duty after the purchase if it goes through?
Yes. Does Call
Simple.
of Duty have skins?
Yeah,
Yes.
they got skins and all that
Oh,
stuff.
like I think they could just like even if they were to like keep everything else, what you call it, just give cool extra skins,
Yeah.
exclusive
Damn.
skins, the coolest
Which is
skins.
like- Which is like 50% of what Call of Duty is now, the online component.
Sadly, yeah.
That would kneecap Sony.
And as Cozy said many times before, who's to say Call of Duty is going to be the giant that it is right now?
Yeah.
In X amount of years, like what, what if this deal goes through? Doesn't Sony have it for like another like 4-5 years or something like that?
They got it
Yeah.
till 20. They got exclusive like content exclusivity till 2025, and then they get the 3 years on top of that from Microsoft.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
an
it's a good
insane
enough
amount
time.
of time to be
It
able
really
to
is.
produce something, market it, and to be able to market it in a way saying we are soon going to be saying goodbye to Call of Duty. But
Yeah.
if you believe in our platform, here's something to look forward to. And then give like a snippet or something of a dope game that like Bungie's working on or something like
Yes.
that. Make people like get people ready, because there are those PlayStation people that are just not gonna go to Xbox. They're just not gonna do it.
People that are going to have too much investment already, even if they aren't like
Exactly.
specific PlayStation, they're going to be like, I have 8 million games already on PlayStation, and that's not going to transfer over. So I can miss out. Even if they love Call of Duty, they're going to be like, I can miss out for this other
but the
thing that kind of.
The shift is going to be real in terms of
Sure.
it's not like
Yeah.
they're going to lose 90% of their player base, but it is realistic to say that 60% of the people that play Call of Duty will jump ship, because
Yeah.
there are people. These are people that dedicate their entire gaming lives around Call of Duty.
Yep.
So it is realistic to say that it will make a difference. Let's go to the second request by Sony or concern. Microsoft could give the Xbox version of Call of Duty better performance
Okay.
somehow on Xbox.
That's
One.
fucking
Okay.
wild.
Okay. I
Hey,
mean,
Matt,
dude,
clearly you want to jump in first. Go ahead, man.
Dude.
Go ahead.
the Xbox is factually more powerful than the PS5. To hold it back just because
Whoa!
it's
What?
on the dude,
No, Matt likes
it's
Matt
dumb.
likes games. No. You're not
It
just
is
gonna skate by without
factually
one.
more dude,
This
it
is
is
not a drive-by. This is not a drive-by. You
It's-
don't just say shit and then bounce.
dude.
I
The
need
C-
you to
the-
share some links. We need to
C-
have a conversation. Factually, more
Yes, the
powerful than the
CPU.
PS5.
The CPU is a higher clock speed. The exact same
Oh.
Zen 2 cores, it's a higher clock speed. It's a faster CPU,
Bro.
APU, whatever you want to call it. GPU is also more teraflops. Faster, it's more powerful. I mean, the only thing in the SSD that beats what's in the Xbox is the only thing in the PS5 that beats what's in the Xbox is the SSD. And that's not by a super huge amount.
Matt,
So
I'm waiting on that link, bro.
hey,
Factually more powerful than the PS5. And you
they-
said that with your chest.
bro,
I'm waiting.
they were
I'm
talking
waiting
about it.
for
I'll have to
those
send some
facts.
stuff over. I'm gonna look during the show for you. I'll
Alright.
send some
Yeah,
stuff over.
send it over to me and I'll put it into the
All right.
put it into the into the
Oh
show
my
so people
God.
can see. Because I mean, I thought that was
Actually-
common. Like Luke's
Yeah.
blown away, but I thought that was common knowledge.
Yeah, it's
No,
not like a diss on
I know
PS5 either.
that-
PS5 is still great.
Teraflops and stuff, but
Because it's getting
actually
60,
more powerful.
4K, doesn't
It's-
matter.
It's more, it's more. It's not like, and it's not like a thing of like people like to say whenever you say that you mean, oh, PS5 does 1080p and Xbox does 4K. No, it's not like
No,
that
no,
big of a
no.
difference. It's not
No,
like that.
no.
It's like PS5. If you're using all the power of the Xbox, you might get 4K on a game. PS5 might get 1850p or some number like that. It's not like this huge, massive, crazy difference, but it is factually more powerful.
I'm still waiting on that link, bro.
Hey. Okay, so we got the
Jesus,
PS5.
You're derailing the entire show right now with that statement.
It's true
What
though.
the hell?
I think you're derailing
I
it by
even
not
forgot
knowing
what
any
we were
better,
talking
Loke.
Oh, he
What?
said you know
What'd you say?
nothing.
I know.
I said I think you're
Oh, man.
derailing it by
You
not
know
knowing
nothing.
better.
bro.
Because I mean, literally. Oh look,
Oh no.
Loke fell off. He fell off. Oh no, wait, the cozy fell off. Damn.
Cozy.
But
bro, what the hell? Stop projecting.
You know
no,
nothing.
no. But what I'm saying is, you don't even have to scroll very
It's
far in
internet-
Twitter
it's
just
internet
to no. Okay, so you don't have to scroll too far on Twitter just to know that people say, "How about them teraflops?" and stuff like that. Like, people are calling straight up saying, "Yo, I thought your console was supposed to be stronger. Why is this game running worse on your console?" So people already know that the Xbox is technically stronger. That doesn't mean it's going to run every game
Exactly.
better.
Like, you can optimize a game better for PlayStation than you can for Xbox, and some developers will do that because PlayStation has the bigger install base, and that's totally. I mean, I don't love that, but that's totally their prerogative to do that. But like right here, I'll send this over to you. From Windows Central, the Xbox Series X specs, and then I gotta look up PS5s. But Series X has
Windows
8
Central,
cores.
dude. Look at the source, bro.
Well,
Windows Central.
I'll go somewhere else if
Go
you
to
want.
PlayStation Central. I'm sure.
Yeah, and
they're
then
gonna
they
say
lie to
something
me.
about
And then
PS5.
they lie to me. You got 3.8 gigahertz on the APU in the Series X. On the PS5, according to WCCF Tech, you have 3.2 gigahertz. It's the same exact Zen 2 cores. One is clocked higher. It is a faster CPU. And it's also a faster CPU in the Series S. It's just a much weaker GPU. So, I
Okay,
don't know.
so I'm reading from a source that I actually trust, and
Okay.
damn, the Microsoft's Xbox
Welcome to the
is
show, Loke.
roughly 23% more powerful than the PS5.
Yes.
Jesus,
See, it's not a huge amount, but it's more powerful.
Jesus.
So
Man.
that's why it's
I
like
need some opium
staggering
after
to
the
hear that demand. It's staggering to hear that demand because it's just like, wait a second, you want them to dumb down Xbox
Yes.
just so the PlayStation can keep up.
Also, it's like, what about
Oh.
DualSense features? Like, if let's say the Elite 3 comes out and they have like some sort of haptic feedback, I doubt they'll do that, but if they do, like, what about DualSense features on PS5? Every developer who makes a game for PS5, like 99% of them, I think, in fact, I think it's a requirement if I'm not mistaken. I have to look that up. But I thought it was a requirement. They have to include haptic feedback. They have to. So it's like that's already something they have to do that they can't do on Xbox. Or if Xbox was able to do something like that, PlayStation might say, "Don't do it on there. Just do it over here. Don't worry about that." Like, PlayStation's doing that with third-party companies. Microsoft is the prospect of them doing that with something they own is what's upsetting Sony. And that's funny to me.
I'm still inhaling my copium. Cozy,
Yes.
Microsoft having a Call of Duty that runs better on the Xbox hardware. Is that a fair concern for Sony to have?
No. I think the problem is the wording, like, basically acting like, deliberately hampering, the performance on the PlayStation versus.
No, it's not hampering. Okay, the specific quote is Microsoft could give the Xbox version of COD better performance on the Xbox hardware.
If one device performs better than the other, then that's just how it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's
Could
not
you
like a
imagine
matter of
Nintendo
giving them
saying
better
this?
performance. It's sort of like it's just
Yeah, bring everything down to the level of Switch. Damn.
Dude. And
that would
this
be funny.
happened all the time last gen. You look at Red Dead 2. I'm playing Red Dead 2 on PS5, and that's the PS4 version. And I'm finally seeing how big of a difference there is between the PS4 version and the Xbox One X version. It's night and day. There's something wrong with the frame timing on PS4 version. There's something like the resolution's significantly lower. This has been happening forever. It's not, and PS4 had the advantage over base Xbox One. Battlefield was like 1080p on Battlefield 4 is 1080p on PS4. It was like 720 on Xbox One. It's been happening.
Right. Okay, I think we've bashed
Sorry,
that one
sorry
into
to
the
hurt your
ground.
pony sensibilities.
Settle down, Cozy. Settle down. The last one, Microsoft could offer a range of attractive incentives
Oh no.
about Call of Duty through Xbox Game Pass.
I
Oh, that
want
Whether
sounds
this
that's
terrible.
first.
bonus.
I want this one first.
Ham won't even let me finish, bro.
This is just fucking insane.
Let me have. Let me have. Go ahead,
Oh,
Ham. Go ahead.
Oh, I thought you needed to finish.
Dude, I would like to finish.
Then go on ahead and finish.
Whether that's bonus features or modes, or presumably the idea that they'd offered the game itself through Game Pass, which they obviously plan to. Go ahead.
Mm.
Get him.
So, you're telling somebody that owns something that they can't give you more products. They're like I said, it's already wild that they're giving you the option to keep the game. And you know damn well you don't own it. But then you're going to say, no, you can't eat that steak. Because, I mean, I can't have that. You only gave me a burger. If you're going to eat steak, then I got to eat steak. And it's like, wait a second. You didn't pay for this shit. I did. I bought it. I just thought I'd be nice and give you something. So, I mean, that's the best way I can go ahead and put that right there, because it's just wild that somebody's literally, I mean, that's literally pocket watching right there. Why are you worried what I'm doing with my shit? It's my shit.
It's our shit. That's what it is.
And yeah. And Sony's saying, no, this is ours. And it's like, well, motherfucker, no, it ain't.
All right. Are you finished then?
Oh yeah, I'm done, man. I mean,
I need to yank the microphone away from you, because
you might.
Today you're very salty today. Matt.
Yes, sir.
Sony doesn't want Call of Duty day one on Game Pass.
Too bad.
Sorry, a quick aside. Ham, remember a couple of weeks ago when we were discussing, and I was like, dude, even if Xbox says, it's almost like I was in the meeting with the guys from PlayStation. Even if Xbox says no exclusive content and all the Call of Duty games will be on PlayStation, the one thing that's going to kneecap Sony is $70 on the blue side, $15 on the other side, on the green side. That's what's going to destroy the whole thing. Forget skins, forget everything. Access. And now they say
what Sony's straight up admitting is that their classic that their classic way of doing business is no longer good. They're admitting that. They're straight up admitting that by saying, "Hey, don't put this on Game Pass." You're saying
the competition. It's good when they can outspend the because if Sony had Microsoft's money and the know-how and all the legacy that they've had in gaming before, what Microsoft's doing now, Sony would be doing exactly that. The problem is they can't outspend Microsoft, so they need to try and maneuver it some other way.
They're not trying to maneuver anything well, though.
Exactly. That's the problem. It's
Go
like
ahead,
this
Matt.
whole.
You're
Go ahead,
jumping
Cozy.
in.
No, it's Cozy. It's Cozy because she's the one who said it.
Okay.
No, I was gonna say it's like it'd be different if they were actually trying, but they're not. And
what are you
as
talking
we've
about? We
seen,
just got a remake of The Last of Us Part 1.
And we're getting a
how is that not
Horizon
trying?
Zero Dawn remake.
Did you not see the water reflections on that remake?
they
Look
are
really good.
It's like they're so stagnant. It's like stop being stagnating the market, and they can be stagnant and not do anything at all innovative or interesting, or ways to grow or change or maneuver the market in ways that are just They just aren't doing anything.
Hey, Loke, remember when people said, so it's Xbox quality and we can't be able, like they pretty much said that like a subscription service means that we can't have quality or as much quality of games and whatnot. And then and then the fanboys of course came out and said, you heard that right there? Xbox Game Pass doesn't have enough quality. They're like any game that drops in Game Pass is just not quality enough like PlayStation. And then PlayStation's like, what the fuck? You trying to buy Activision? You gonna put that shit in Game Pass? Bruh, that's too much fucking quality. Wait a second. What are you doing?
Before the Activision thing even came up, Sony believes that Game Pass has so poor quality that they had to come up with PlayStation Plus Premium.
Yeah. It's also
they said the business model is so horrible, right?
Yeah.
It loses you so much cash that they copied it.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
And it's like you like putting like the Game Pass model isn't going to ruin your quality. And if you believe that, then you lack innovation. You really lack innovation. You lack forward thinking, and you need to figure that out, because there's no way putting God of War Ragnarok, let's just say that, putting that in PlayStation Plus Premium or Extra, whatever you want to put it in, isn't going to make that game worse. It will not. All that's going to do is get you a fucking ridiculous amount of subscribers. That's all it's going to do.
Dude.
And you're going to make a stupid amount of money off of it. But you don't want to, because you didn't think of it first and now you're late. So you want to make it seem like, I don't know if we can do this. I don't know if this is sustainable. And then you're going to dip your toe in. You're going to be like, wow, this is fantastic. Let's get all in on it. That's the whole thing they're doing with the PC. It's like 1 year from now, then, you'll get God of War Ragnarok on PC. But what happens in 2025? Yeah, what happens in 2025? Is it going to be 1 year still? Is it going to be day and date? What are we doing? Like, I mean, their whole thing is just dumb.
The whole thing for me is it feels like Sony in their messaging, they're telling people one thing, but in reality, they're just buying time.
Yes.
In reality, they're just buying time, because I bet your bottom dollar, if they bought Nix's not just a couple years ago, but let's say like 7 or 8 years ago, and actually able to have these things ready to go on launch, they would not hold it for an extra year and tell people, hey, if you're a real PlayStation fan, you'll buy it on our console first and then get it on PC later. Who the fuck does that? Like, do you see, do you see fucking Raisin Brand saying, yo, we're going to distribute this to Walmart first and then it can go to the grocery stores a year later? Like, get the fuck out of here. like they're trying to make that money right now, man. Why would you want to wait? And then on top of that, you have PlayStation Stars that just came out. You got PlayStation Stars that just, why would you make the PC community wait an extra year? And why would you stagnate your own pockets like that? That makes no sense.
Yeah.
What about them exclusives though?
They still have them. If you want to play on a console, you still have that exclusive. That's still exclusive. If you don't care about console, then you can go to PC and play everything. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah, but then there's cycles that say that if it's anywhere else.
You're talking about like extremist minority. Most people are not going to just up and play on PC because it's more expensive and it's more hassle.
It is more hassle.
We're talking about these subscriptions. Go ahead, Cozy, finish.
That's all I was gonna say. It's more expensive, more hassle. Like this idea that, I would just get a PC. That's only a super enthusiast, very niche market. Most PC players are very much PC only for certain reasons. They aren't playing on super high-end machines. And the rest of the people that are playing on consoles, they don't care about those little, you have to get the equivalent of like a Series or PS5. You have to spend like $2,000. No one wants to do that.
No. And you have to set it up. No.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go down this rabbit hole. We're talking about subscriptions and profitability. You guys saw the the
Oh,
documents in Brazil that stated that Game Pass was making essentially 3 billion per year
In revenue.
in revenue. Yes, in revenue. Um, does that make it sustainable in your eyes?
well,
Cozy, go
also,
first.
oh,
And tell us why, Cozy.
Does it, in my eyes, I'm not a shareholder. I'm not privy to whatever knowledge they have about these things in my eyes.
Yeah, so from your limited view of this 4D chessboard, is this sustainable?
I assume it's sustainable. Like arguing that, oh man, this is an argument that's not my problem, not my.
It
Okay,
ain't
so why
Cozy's
do you assume
jurisdiction.
that it's sustainable?
So I
Cozy,
don't. It's like
why do
stupid
you
to
assume that
ask
it's
me. You're
sustainable?
asking me something that is a Microsoft question. If Microsoft says it's sustainable, then that's between Microsoft and Microsoft. It's not between me.
No,
It's
but
not my.
okay, I'm gonna press you on this one because we were just talking about the CMA. Between the four of us, no one here works at the CMA, has family at the CMA, knows nothing about the CMA in terms of the inner workings. But we were here just gabbering on about the CMA.
We can look at the CMA argument, though. That's all we're looking at. The argument that isn't sustainable is different than like how much do you think the influence of the CMA is having on. Those are completely different things to talk about.
I feel like we're going down a tangent because then my rebuttal
No, we're
would
not. You're asking
my
like, so
rebuttal would
Microsoft has
be
already said it. They've already said it's sustainable, right? So if they've already said it's sustainable, and you're asking me, is it sustainable in your eyes? They've already said it's sustainable. That's not an argument. It's not my place to be like, they said
the
it's sustainable, but
2.9
I don't
billion.
think it's sustainable. That's a stupid question. That's a stupid
So the
question. If they said it's sustainable,
the 2.9 billion doesn't affect what Microsoft declared before.
what do you mean the 2.9 billion doesn't?
The 2.9 billion is the amount that Microsoft declared Xbox makes with
Game Pass?
like with Game Pass.
What is your question? They've said it's sustainable.
So the question is, we had the statement from Microsoft. We've had the statement for years now. Now we've got this extra information about the revenue they make. Couple of those together, do you still believe that Microsoft?
It's not. I don't have any sort of belief about it. It's not. I don't care.
Okay.
Like they say it's sustainable. It's their wallet. That's all that matters.
Cozy, for someone that's indifferent, you going on about it.
No, because you're asking a question about someone else's wallet.
How many times are you going to say you're indifferent, Cozy? It's been 3 times now. 4? Okay, we'll stop at 3. Ham, are you also indifferent with the 2.9 billion declared?
Hey, if they keep coming out with good games to put on there, yeah, it's sustainable.
All right.
Short answer.
Thank you. Matt likes games. Indifferent, sustainable, not sustainable.
I mean, they said it's sustainable. I have no reason to not believe them. Also, I didn't fact check this myself, but are the 2.9 billion? I saw people saying online that was just
Revenue.
not that, but it was just Xbox, not taking into account PC.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
it's just Xbox. It's just Xbox.
okay,
it's not PC Game Pass.
Okay, so then we assume they're making more, and probably not a ton more, but they're probably making more than that. I would say, I mean, we'll see. I think we'll see next year how sustainable it is. To Ham's point, if we get to 2023, Starfield comes out, it's fantastic. If we see, I'm hoping we see Avowed. I'm starting to doubt it at this point, but if we see Avowed, it's fantastic. if we
Man,
see like Hellblade and it's fantastic, and all these games are fantastic, then it would certainly seem that it would be sustainable. So I think 2023 is the year we'll be able to say definitively that it is, or not, or it isn't.
imagine if it's a buggy mess. Starfield, I mean.
Oh,
Jeez.
Starfield's gonna be a buggy mess. It's just, is it going to be the buggiest mess that Bethesda's ever made? That's going to be the question.
Because it is gonna be the biggest game. So
Yes, exactly.
all right. Sentinels says don't forget the family plan. Yeah.
Oh,
But
that's a good point.
the family plan just got rolled out. And
Yeah.
not worldwide as well. So I don't think we can consider that until next year fiscal. All right, we're
Mhm.
done with the Activision Blizzard show is over. Meta has acquired multiple VR developers. This comes to us from Game Rant. Meta reveals acquisitions of multiple VR studios known for exciting games on the Quest, which may be working on projects for its upcoming hardware. According to a recent blog post, Meta has acquired the Resident Evil 4 VR developer, Amateur Studio, as well as Camouflage, the developer of Iron Man VR, and Twisted Pixel. Twisted Pixel was previously owned by Microsoft and known for Xbox games such as Gunstringer. The blog post stated that the developers will be working on ambitious and forward-thinking games, although information was not revealed on what exactly this would entail. Matt, are you feeling more inclined to get a VR headset now that Facebook seems like they're pivoting like really hardcore into it?
Facebook would not be the company to to sway me towards VR. The only reason I want VR now is to play Half-Life Alyx. Outside of that, I have nothing that I'm dying to play in VR. So,
Okay, Half-Life Alyx is a Steam exclusive.
but
Hypothetically
it's
speaking,
yeah.
if it became available on um on the Quest, would you get it?
I mean, if they were offering me a cheaper solution to play it,
You can play
or
Steam games on the Quest.
Can you?
Yeah. Yeah,
Man,
I mean,
shows off the
you can play all different kinds of games on the Quest. Like I played Flight Sim from Xbox on the Quest.
yeah.
Oh,
See,
Oh,
my thing
okay.
is, if I were to go VR right now, I'd probably wait for PSVR 2 because I know Half-Life Alyx is also coming to that. So
Is it?
yeah, it is actually, and I'm that's what has me interested. I was not interested before that, but now that it is, I'm a little bit interested.
Wow. Okay, so PSVR 2 is really looking very intriguing for me because
Yes.
I was interested because of Forbidden Horizon. There's some Horizon game
Yeah.
that I really liked, and I was like, oh, okay, this would be interesting. Now you're saying Half-Life Alyx is going to PS. Oh man,
Yep.
I'm probably gonna get a VR next year. I
Yeah.
have to. Sentinel says, yeah, I'm not feeling any sort of desire to ever play VR ever. Wow.
That's
Okay.
definitive.
Damn. Cozy.
yeah,
Uh, I, w- does this news make you want to get a VR headset? How
probably
do you feel
not.
about VR in general?
I'm waiting for VR to be really good, not just mediocre. Um, so I'm waiting for it to be mature technology, not where it's at right now, essentially. But what I think is cool, and what I've been saying is I would like to try it just so I could get really sick playing Sea of Thieves
Oh,
That'd be interesting in
in
VR.
I
Is
wonder
that
if
on
VR.
VR?
Drink your grog.
that would be
No,
nice.
it's not.
Oh, wow. I was about to say that'd be interesting.
Yeah, okay. Sentinel says he'd rather play augmented reality. Yeah, but that's kind of
Yeah,
limiting
AR is
because
better.
is it?
I
I
mean,
don't know.
VR is just like you look at things. AR is like it does both. It's like the environments and objects and
Okay.
mixed
Hamafi.
reality. I think is what I prefer.
Yes,
Like
mixed reality is the best of both worlds. Ham Solo. Meta acquiring VR developers. Is this exciting for you?
No.
Is one of them like? Let's just quickly go. All right.
No, it's just not that exciting to me. I mean, I'm very much with Cozy on this point because it's just like I have I have this guy right here. I have the Quest 2 right there or whatever. It's fun, it's cool, but I can't really imagine myself at this point thinking every day that I want to throw something like that on.
3 hours, 6 hours every single day.
Right. Like I like to me I enjoy sitting down, relaxing and playing games. I'm not trying to stand up, kick my legs and like jump around
It's
and
good
throw
for
my
your
arms
health.
all over. Yeah, it's cool. That's cool and like but it's just not why I play games. I play games to relax.
Roger that. Roger that. So Ham, you have the Quest 2. The next piece of news is that Microsoft is bringing cloud gaming to Meta Quest 2 platform using Game Pass. Are you going to use it when it launches? We don't have a date yet, but are you going to use it when it launches?
Oh, absolutely. I got to give it a try because I already have the hardware, so I don't see why not. Especially if it's coming to the subscription service, like hell yeah, I'll give it a try. I mean, like I said, I've already tried Flight Simulator. That was fantastic. I've tried Star Wars Squadrons. That was a
Ooh,
good
I heard
time
that's
as
very good.
well. And it works really well. And in fact, not only does it work really well, but I was using my Quest 2 wirelessly, so not even connected to my PC. I was just streaming it.
oh,
And it worked really well as long as you have good connection, good internet. It worked really good. So I can only imagine if I actually had the dongle or whatever you want to say, the plug-in to actually plug it in and get the
your dongle.
and get it just like more direct connected.
Seamless. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, to see that there's going to be the opportunity to have like a specific page or like a library of just VR games. I mean, I've been looking forward to Xbox teaming up to do this for a while because they said themselves that they have no plans on making their own VR device.
Yeah.
So, what's the next best thing? Teaming up with somebody that already does that and working together unlike PlayStation.
Yeah.
PlayStation wants to and I think this is a big mistake by PlayStation right now. PlayStation wants everybody just to be there and nowhere else. No like no friends at all.
Apple.
Which very Apple like to where it's like that might have worked in the past, but nowadays I feel like people want things to work best for them, not best for the company. So, like you see with phones now, like Apple has their specific phone, iPhone. What makes Android so approachable and interesting is because I can get a Samsung, I can fuck around and get an LG. I can get all these different things, but get the exact same service on all of them. I feel like Nintendo's actually coming out of the bushes a little bit and being willing to work with other companies, which is interesting to see. We've been hearing stuff about like Call of Duty possibly going on to the Nintendo.
I've heard rumors that Xbox and Nintendo are like buddy now.
Right. And from what I remember, I don't think Nintendo fuck with Sony at all. Like they don't like they don't like each other.
Not like each other.
So
They hate each other.
So I think that yes, Sony is good at what they do by providing a service where the ecosystem's just all Sony shit. But I think as time progresses, it's going to bite them in the ass more and more because Microsoft and Nintendo are going to start saying, "Yeah, let's work with this people. Let's work together with these other people." While Sony's screaming, "Get off my lawn!"
Nintendo.
It's
So
just
here's a
like
random thought.
it's not looking good.
Here's a random thought, guys. Very conspiratorial. I haven't heard anything about it. Just me randomly just spitballing. Imagine Xbox Game Pass on Nintendo.
Nintendo doesn't need
Yeah.
They don't need
They
it.
don't need
Yet
it. No, they don't
They
need
don't
it.
need it.
Microsoft needs that more than Nintendo.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. But I'm just saying, imagine if that happened. That would be seismic. Cozy,
It
That'd
probably
sell
would
a
not be
whole lot
nearly
more
as
Nintendos.
seismic. It probably wouldn't nearly be as seismic as people like to think it is. People don't buy Nintendo consoles to be like, I really want this Nintendo console just to stream Xbox games. That's, not a big selling point.
all right.
Your big selling point for a Nintendo console is Nintendo games. And
Mario.
yeah,
Chris Pratt.
it's chasing after, like, and yes, it's like a way to get more time from a small group of people that might be willing. But if you look at what sells on Nintendo, there's very little overlap with what sells on Xbox.
Yeah.
Right? That's not the same type of gamer.
You sound like those
Yeah.
people that say why sell all these JRPGs on Xbox?
I'm not. I think the idea is for a lot of JRPGs to get as much money as possible. I think that's a good thing. Reach as much audience as possible.
When
But
you said
I
that
understand. I
people
completely
that buy
understand
those
JRPGs not even putting themselves on Xbox for like all 5 people that care.
Wow.
I completely
Okay.
understand that. That's completely valid for them to not waste, the time putting it on a platform where they don't expect hardly any sales.
Okay.
The best place for JRPGs right now on Xbox, in my opinion, is Game Pass. Just until they can actually,
Yes.
and just until they can actually, cultivate, like people to want to be able to play those kind of games, and then it's like, all right, now let's actually sell some hard copies and some things standalone and whatnot.
I think to your point about Game Pass on a Switch, I think the bigger move would be to get Game Pass on Steam Deck as fast as you possibly can.
You can already do that, can't you?
Well, you can, but it's like it's an inconvenient workaround.
Oh, okay.
To do a whole bunch of
the kind of people getting a Steam Deck are the kind of people that enjoy that.
Yeah, you got to even get Windows on your Steam Deck before you do
don't
that.
get Steam Deck as like, I just want to have like a little handheld to play games. That's not that audience.
Well, the thing is like that, the people getting a Steam Deck, you've got obviously enthusiasts who are interested to see what it is all about and everything. But then you've also got people who are like, I've never had a PC. This is a way into PC gaming that could be possibly for me. And they check it out and then they say, oh, Game Pass is on here and I didn't have to go through all the hell that you have to go through now to get it on there.
I mean, one day, but right now, as it stands, Steam Deck is 100% an enthusiast device. The kind of people that are getting a Steam Deck are not going to be because if you don't know much about PC gaming or gaming at all, you don't even know what the fuck a Steam Deck is. You don't.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
moving, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Don Papa John says Xbox has games Nintendo players would like Grounded right now. I don't know.
Maybe.
I think Grounded would be suitable.
Would you do you agree with that premise?
I think yes, but I think Grounded falls into the category of Nintendo audience would like it because Grounded is a game with wide appeal. I think the problem I have with actually a lot of like Xbox and PlayStation games is they don't have wide appeal. They aren't games that are just like general whatever player. You have to be. It's like they're a flavor. You know, Nintendo gives you this. You know, here's what it is. It's designed for a wider demographic.
Nintendo is MTV. Okay. Lastly, we have first-person horror game Scorn reveals global release time. So the game is live right now.
Yep.
Cozy, have you installed it? Have you played it? What are your thoughts?
It has, so I haven't installed it. I haven't played it. It has a weird issue where you can't play the cloud version directly from Game Pass, or couldn't. You have to go to the
Oh,
store and like
sorry.
play it from there. No, you can play it, but it doesn't show up when you're looking at when you just like go to Game Pass on your Xbox. It does not show up as a cloud playable game. And then then if you click on the show in the Microsoft Store, from there it'll give you the option to play on the cloud from the store, which is weird. But at first I had absolutely no interest in it because I was like assumed like, oh, it's just a straight horror game. But then when I found out that it's actually a puzzle game, now I'm kind of like, I'll try this. I haven't tried it yet.
Madlex Games, have you installed Scorn? Have you played it? What are your thoughts on this one?
I installed it, and you saying that made me turn it on just now. So I have installed it.
Dude,
I'm
just do me one favor.
yeah.
Please play it with the actual headphones on.
Oh yeah, I
Don't
will.
don't put like a podcast or music playing or whatever. Trust
Yeah,
me,
yeah.
listen to the actual audio in the game.
Is it astounding?
Is it
Dude,
Ooh.
yes, it is. The score, it has a 70 score right now on Metacritic, 72. Ham Solo, trust me, don't follow the score. Play the game.
Well, I never usually do, especially on a
People
game.
are
I've been talking about this game for a hot minute. You even asked Matt. I've been talking
Yeah.
about like I cannot wait to play this game, and like
And you know why people are crapping on it?
because it's puzzles.
It doesn't hold your hands, and it's puzzles.
I think that's what sold me on. So I've been reading some of the reviews, and I'm like, wait,
What's up, Salt
this
Mine?
is another bunch of reviews for basically, I don't like what this game is. I don't like this type of game, and that upsets me. I'm like, why? That's not how you should look at a game. Look at a game as what it is, not what you want it
think
to be.
should be.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same mistake they make with like the Dark Souls game. Dude, Ham Solo, I'm telling you, man. I was almost late for the spaces because I was like, oh, this is what I should do. I figured out one of the first puzzles. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be late for the space. I need to do this right now. This is a very good game. I haven't finished it, but I'm having a lot of fun with it.
People talking about it as a competent puzzle game have definitely been
Yes, it tickles
selling.
the brain, definitely. So I won't ask Ham the same question because you haven't played it yet, right, Ham?
Correct.
But you've installed it.
Oh, I have it installed on my Xbox and on my PC. I'm waiting. I'm actually going to be streaming this game, so plug. I'm going to be streaming this game on Sunday. So if anybody wants to check it out, the stream's called Scorn on an RTX 3080. So yeah, come through, check it out, see how it runs and whatnot. I bet it's going to look fucking phenomenal on my PC.
Awesome. All right.
Looks good on the Series S.
All right. So that's us done with the news for this week. Mine says is ordering a Steam Deck. Enjoy, bruv. Enjoy.
I will be getting one also.
I'm thinking about getting one, but I also have to be realistic about time. I'm really struggling right now with time to play games, make content, work, family. It's
I want one, but I would want one in a few generations.
There you go.
Yeah. I might end up getting one like maybe 2024, 25. I don't know.
If they still
okay,
have them
so
in a few generations.
As soon as they add Game Pass as an app on there, I'm getting it. That's where I'm at on it. Because
as soon as they
can't wait for that.
It'll essentially be Xbox in your hands. When that happens, I'm down.
100%.
Because then it just means that when I go to work lunchtime, I'm playing my Xbox. So
yeah, for me, my Steam library isn't there. Like I don't have a big library of games on Steam at all. So if I were to buy that right now, I'd have to immediately buy a bunch of games. But if I could buy it and use my subscription service or be able to like use the games I purchased from Xbox to download on there and play it natively, that is different because then I do have a massive library and I can literally just pick it up and play.
I think the other
That's where
thing
I'm at.
is when I'm typically playing on PC, it's because the games are better for mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, that's
And so I'm
fair.
like, it kind of like Steam Deck would
Defeats
only
the purpose.
fulfill like a small niche of games which are essentially like
Yeah.
games that would work well on that display factor and are JRPGs or not. Well, probably not even point and click adventures, but mostly just JRPGs.
Yeah, like for example, I wouldn't want to play Football Manager on the
Oof.
Steam Deck. That would be rough. That would be very rough. All right, let's move on. We've got game predictions.
Uh-oh.
Cozy, as
Oh,
everyone
shit.
knows, Cozy's got 6 wins.
I got 0.
Ham
No, you-
Ham
thought you
is
won.
still looking for his first dub in this one.
Oh, I thought he had one.
No. There's guests that have gotten good predictions. Ham hasn't gotten one. All right, anyway.
You don't gotta
coming out,
say it like that.
rubbing it in, bro.
Dang.
All right,
I believe
coming
in
out
you.
October 18th, Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed on all platforms. Cozy, what's your prediction?
81.
81. Mad Likes Games, what's your prediction?
72.
72. Ham
77.
Solo, what's 77? Okay. Oh, this is the big one. The big cojones. A Plague Tale Requiem coming out October 18th on all platforms. Cozy, what's your prediction for this rat-infested game?
88.
88. That's okay.
You bitch. I was gonna take that one.
Oh, she got you good,
Beautiful.
man.
That was beautiful.
That's getting captioned, just so you know.
The vitriol.
Yes. And he meant that, Cozy. He meant it.
I
Like,
did because I was thinking
Said
about
it with
that
your
before you even asked.
soul.
I was thinking that before you even said the Ghostbusters game. I was like, I'm gonna say 88 for play. Let's go. And this motherfucker right here.
So Southline says 95. Which game are you giving you 95? Is it Plague
Whoa.
Tale?
Ghostbusters,
Mad
definitely.
Likes Games, Plague Tale Requiem. What's the score?
I go 85.
God, you bitch. That was my second pick.
Did you go with 85
85.
or 87?
Amity. Ham Solo, Plague Tale Requiem. What's the score?
Oh my god, I gotta do it now. I got like tight window too. Fucking 86.
86. All right then. Next we have the dinosaur mech game, Second Extinction, finally coming out October 20th on Xbox and PC. I think this is gonna get buried by Plague Tale Requiem. What's the score, Cozy?
I think Second Extinction will not be reviewed.
Ooh.
That's a
I mean,
fantastic pick.
Pioneer. She's like the pioneer of this of game predictions. Will not be reviewed.
Honestly, she's got a point. That probably won't get reviewed.
Sorry, she took it already.
Yeah,
What's the score, man?
Of me?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how much better that game's got since I last played it, but based off what I last played, I'm gonna say 55.
Oh gosh.
5.
Yeah, it's not a
That
good
is
game.
horrible.
And here I was interested in it. You've unsold me.
Well, I mean, maybe it's gotten better. I don't know, but what I played
Okay.
was so bare bones. It was terrible.
The Salt Mines is very high on Requiem. He says 95. That is crazy.
I mean, I hope so.
Um,
That'd be dope.
That would be
yeah,
What if
dope.
Ham
it
Solo.
creates 102?
Sorry?
What if it gets a 102?
Greatest game ever made.
Yeah.
Look, none of the Metal Gear Solid games got 100, so
Yeah,
no,
but this
no
is
game
better.
gonna get 100.
This is
Oh,
better.
The Metal
Oh.
Gear games would have gotten it if they had fishing.
You know what? Let's just
Moving
stop.
on.
Let's just stop.
Fishing and a good story.
Second extinction.
Oh. Oh.
I will not be responding to slander. Ham Solo, second extinction.
66.
66. Lastly, we have another PlayStation exclusive going to PC. Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection. October 19th. Cozy, what's the score?
89.
89. Matt likes games. What's the score?
I'm gonna go in the 90s with 92.
92. Wow. That is very high. Ham,
It is.
Well, for
what's
what
the
game?
score? Uncharted Legacy of Thieves Collection coming out on PC.
89. Or wait, 89's already been picked. Fuck off. Oh my god,
wrong
this
with
is
you,
the problem with going last, and this is probably why she got all the dubs. Is because she always gets to go before I do. She takes my score. I switch my score. I take the L. Thanks a lot, you fucking piece of shit. But anyways,
Oh man.
so I'm gonna go with 87.
87 Ham
I feel like
Solo.
it's a good choice.
Yeah,
Uh,
and I feel like whenever there's like a PlayStation game that comes out on PC, PC folks tend to be harder on it.
They're all if
That's
they're
a
on
good
on
point.
what you call it, it's overwhelmingly positive. Overwhelmingly positive on Steam.
all
Well,
right.
that's true, but the actual number scores are always a little bit lower.
I always go with Steam. Steam
Same,
doesn't lie.
same.
Okay, so game results from last week. Cozy said 78. Mahat said 94. Ham said 80. The score is 72. And
What game?
Yeah, I don't even know what game
Scorn.
he's talking about.
Scorn.
Scorn.
Sorry. Scorn. So Cozy scores the first point. WRC has still not been rated, so we're gonna skip that one. No More Heroes 3, the score was 81. Cozy said 71. Mahat said 80. Ham said 77. Mahat scores. Dragon
Oh.
Ball Breakers still hasn't been rated.
Game
NHL
sucks.
23. Yes. NHL
I played the
23
demo.
goes-
It sucked.
What
it was
kind of game is it?
terrible. It
What
was
game?
be a civilian and be scared out of your fucking mind game.
Really?
What game is
Like,
it?
Dragon Ball The Breakers.
you
Oh,
just
okay.
simulated a normie in Dragon Ball universe?
Yeah, and you do these dumbass mission things to pretty much like your task is pretty much to run away from danger, and it's trash. It's like I don't know who came up with the idea of, hey, let's make a Dragon Ball game and make you just scared shitless of what's
Ham,
going
when
on.
you find out it sold 8 million copies, what you gonna do with yourself?
I'm gonna say the
Dragon Ball.
game's garbage.
Dragon Ball sells itself.
Else, okay. Lastly, we have NHL 23. Cozy said 83. Mahat said 68. Ham said 77. So Ham Solo scored, and it's a draw.
Woohoo!
So no one scores a point this week.
Well, that's better than an L. Fuck.
Dude, the relief, you can hear the relief in your voice. That is so sad, Ham Solo. That is so
stop
sad.
stop hating on Ham.
All right, fine. Let's
Pull back,
let's
brother.
check.
Pull back. God damn.
All right, quiz time.
Uh-oh.
Quiz.
See, this
quiz
is something
time.
where Ham excels at.
Yes. Although Ham has 8 victories and you have 4, Cozy.
Oh, more than I thought.
So if
Watch.
Ham keeps slipping, it could
That's a
get
lot of weeks
tricky.
of slipping.
Hey man, you remember
Watch
you went
Matt take it this time.
you went 3 weeks
Why not?
with nothing, Ham. Remember? You did go
okay.
through. You did go through a tough
It was the
tough
guess
spell.
though, wasn't it?
What? That were winning.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like the 3 week stretch where like K Mega won, Daniel Haythorne won, then Rebecca, Strawbecca won. Sorry. And no, it actually was 4 weeks because after Strawbecca won, Cozy won the last the fourth week, and then you like a whole month, just nothing, desert.
Damn.
Anyways, I'm trying to keep it together right now. Anyways, quiz time. Let's get to it. Matt, I don't have to explain the rules to you. You're in the chat all the time, so you know what's up. You ready?
Yes, sir.
A total of 9 Atlas games have been published on Xbox. True or false?
I'll just say true.
Correct.
Oh,
Matt scores. Cozy,
yes.
Atlas completely skipped the Xbox One generation. True or false?
True?
Correct. Ham Solo, Shin Megami Tensei 9 was only available on the PlayStation and Nintendo 64. True or false?
False.
Wow.
It
That
should
was
be
a
obvious
very-
that was false. That was a
Why?
maybe question. Because there's only Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Actually, there is a Shin Megami Tensei 9, and it was exclusive to the original Xbox.
9?
Yes, Google it. Matt, Starfield runs on the
Oh!
Creation
Okay.
Engine 3. True or false?
You said the Creation Engine 3?
Yes.
No, that's false.
Matt's got 2 points. This is looking fun. Cozy,
Yes.
Starfield is scheduled to release in 2023. True or false?
True?
Correct. Ham Solo.
Wow, that was just fucking lame.
Why did it not release until 2025? I say that
Ham
just because I
Solo.
know it upsets Ham.
Ham Solo. Emil Pagliarulo is
Oh,
the lead
thanks.
art-
I already don't know what the fuck we're talking about. That's great.
is the lead artist for Starfield. True or false?
False.
Correct. He's actually the lead designer for
Oh.
Starfield.
Stop!
Uh,
Stop with your tricky questions.
Matt, there are 2 PS5 God of War Ragnarok bundles that will be available on launch. True or false?
You know this.
I'm
I don't think
thing
you
is, are you
guys
talking about console bundles or are you saying bundles?
Yes, console bundles.
There's only one. So it's false.
Damn. Matt came to play. Cozy.
Yes?
The Sony PlayStation 5 God of War Ragnarok bundle will release on November 9th. True or false?
True?
Correct. Ham
Wait,
Solo.
when is that when it comes out?
Yes.
Okay.
Ham Solo. The God of War Ragnarok bundle will cost $600. True or false?
True.
False. They haven't given us the price yet.
Haven't
Oh,
you?
okay.
You don't have it
So,
pre-ordered?
so once that comes out and it does say $600, what then?
The question is for the facts we have today.
No, whatever.
Watch it cost $600, and you're gonna have to retroactively give him that
Matt
point.
likes games. Overwatch
$650.
2 shop is selling a skin for more than its bundle cost. True or false?
True.
Oh, damn!
I just because Activision sucks. So yeah, Blizzard sucks. So yeah.
Wow. Okay, Cozy. Dan
Yeah?
Clancy is the president of Twitch. True or false?
True?
Correct. Ham. Starfield has over 150,000 lines of dialogue. True or false?
Well, see, it has more than that. So
Answer.
so if I say either one, I'm right on this one.
Please
So
answer
how
the
do you
question.
how do you even answer that? Because
Please answer.
that has like over like 250,000.
There you
So
go.
so
I
I'm
will
gonna.
repeat myself. Starfield has over 150,000 lines of dialogue. True or false?
It's true. It has over that. Yeah, that's true.
Ham Solo scores a point. Jesus.
I feel like if I would have
Uh,
just answered that
Matt.
the way it was, you would have said false. It has over 250.
No, actually.
No, you're messy like that,
I'm not.
Cozy.
Yeah?
Matt,
He's
What'd
messy
I
like
do?
that.
What'd I do?
Matt, if you get this one right,
Yeah.
not only do you win by strikeout. So like perfect score. Are you ready?
Ray,
Yes.
you set the stakes really high.
Swiss luxury brand Tag Heuer or Hoyer are producing 2 new Mario Kart themed watches. The chronograph version of the watch is selling for $4,300 US dollars, while the chronograph Turbulon version is going for a whopping 20,000 US dollars. True or false?
This question's insane.
You don't just
I
get a
thought you
clean
were.
sweep. You don't just get a clean sweep just like that. Come
I
on.
thought you were done after you said they're making 2 watches. I was just gonna say, yeah, okay.
It's a
But
high-end watch
No.
brand. That's all you need to know.
my
True or false? Do you want me to reread the question?
no, because I'll just say true.
False. The
Okay,
watch is not 20,000, it's 25,000.
that's
So
fucking ridiculous.
man likes games.
See, there's that
Man likes
messy
games.
bullshit.
Yep.
Matt-
That's why he's a mess. He does it all the time. He'll just
Man
like
likes
move. Yeah.
See,
Mad
Sentinel
likes
even
games
said in the
missing
chat,
out
he
on the
said,
fact-
Am Solo, he is messy like that.
Yeah, we know. So
So
us all
he-
the
True.
time.
So
He'll be like,
so
change
Matt,
some random little
you missed out
detail.
on your perfect score, but I'm sure you're gonna get another
Hey.
chance.
That's fine.
If Cozy and Ham mess up on theirs, you win because you
I'm
have
out of the
4
running,
and
probably.
they have 3 each.
What? I have
So
3?
Cozy, this is
Yes.
for the draw. Oh
Mhm.
man, I shouldn't have put this one in here. Damn it. I honestly I thought the thing would be over by now. Christ. Chris
Give me an
Pratt
easy
voiced
one.
Mario in the last Mario movie released. True or false?
False?
Correct. Cozy has
Wow.
four.
Well, what a
Why?
fucking
Why?
cake ass
I
question.
feel insulted.
Compare that to the question I just got.
No, he does this all the
I
time.
mean-
He does this all the time. He'll give you like something that's like baby's first, trivia, and then he'll give the next person something like where he
Yes.
changes the letter in one word, and it's
Yes.
like he pluralizes something, and then suddenly you've answered it wrong because he pluralized the word. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm
now
not even-
go on ahead and short me on some crazy hard question so I can
Yeah.
lose. Go on ahead and do that, Lo, because you know that's what you do to me. I'm gonna give Ham
Oh,
the
man.
most
Now I'm
difficult
trying to
fucking question.
I'm trying
Go
to
on ahead,
think
read
up-
it. Read
I'm
it.
trying to think of the easiest question in my
It was
mind.
that. It was
No,
that.
no. Just read your shit. I want to hear what question you were gonna give me. Don't give me no
Ham
fucking
Solo.
softball.
Ham Solo. Gotham Knights has an install size of 41 gigabytes on PS5. True or false?
False.
True, actually.
See, I don't fucking know.
So, Matt,
Yeah.
well done. You got a draw out of these two, and you
I'm
almost
okay
got a
with that.
clean sweep. You almost got
Bullshit.
a
I'm
clean
alright.
sweep. That was a very good.
On a
Ham
game that
is
hasn't even come out yet, that's not even available to pre-download yet.
What are we talking about?
Is that game
You know,
available to
You
download
are
right now?
grimy. You are grimy.
You can Google it, Ham. The news is out. It's 41. It's 41 gig.
Piece of shit.
Also, apparently, that game, this is just from an hour ago, it looks like. That
Yeah.
game is capped at 30 FPS on PS5 and Series X.
Gotham Knights?
Yeah.
Oh, Game Pass. Oh,
yeah,
wait.
I mean, unless it's a day one patch, but as of right now, it's capped at 30 FPS.
Plague Tale
So-
was the same though. Plague Tale was the
Exactly,
same.
exactly, and that's
What?
why it
Plague Tale is
might.
also 30
Plague
30
Tale is
frames.
having a day. Plague Tale is having a day one patch. Supposedly that is
for 60
probably going to
FPS.
have like 60 FPS and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, I heard the same thing. I thought you were amending it to say that no, there's no patch anymore. It's just gonna be 30 FPS.
No, there is.
Hell no. All right, Matt.
Yep.
Well, you've already plugged your stuff,
I certainly did.
so we didn't have a winner on quiz time, so there won't be any rant from the winner. Sentinel says Hamsol is messy. Like, oh come on, Sentinel.
Yep.
I thought we were friends. I thought we
You're
were
messy. If you're even if someone's your friend, when you're messy, they have to be honest with you and say you are messy.
buddies. Cozy, you wanna plug anything before we leave?
No.
All right, Ham Solo, you wanna plug anything real quick?
Oh yeah, play Mass
Sam-
Effect. Play Mass
Sam
Effect.
alive.
You guys play Mass Effect multiplayer.
Yeah. No, I'm good.
Ham is still salty about quiz. All right. Last point. Last week I said it was fine with Microsoft choosing to. I said I was fine with Microsoft choosing to compete with Sony in their own way instead of money hatting developers like Sony and reducing themselves to that level. This week I'll keep the same energy. Microsoft can't expect Sony to compete with them according to Microsoft's rules. Go out and buy your own CMA, Microsoft. You want a competition, you got it. Thank you
Oh
for
my God.
watching, commenting in the chat, liking the stream, and subscribing to the channel. Make sure to catch us on Bullsitting next week, 4 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central African time. Peace.
See ya.
Bye bye. Later, Tater.